Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. I am Sakshi, welcoming you all on behalf of Solar Quarter Middle East and First View Group to the Roadmap to Sustainable Saudi Vision 2030 with Solar PV Systems webinar. Hope you all had a great time networking with your peers today. I take the pleasure to thank our partner, JA Solar, for extending their immense support to organize this event. I would request Mr. Jerry Sun to play his presentation. Welcome to the screen, sir. I think you're on mute, sir.
Sorry, good afternoon, everyone. I will share my presentation. Wait a minute. Hello, everyone. Can you see my share?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Okay. This is Jerry from J Solar. Today, I want to share you a presentation about J Solar high efficiency N-type module technical feature and value analysis. This presentation includes three parts. The first part, N-type module technology status and trend. First of all, let us review the crystalline silicon solar cell mass production efficiency promotion roadmap. From the graph, we can see the mass production efficiency of crystalline silicon solar cell has increased from 18% to more than 23% in 10 years. Especially the P-type PERC cell was put into mass production in 2016, and the cell efficiency has improved rapidly. Up to now, the mass production cell efficiency of PERC has been more than 23.5%. You can see here. And the N-type cell efficiency has been more than 24.5%. You can see here. Next, let's look at the G solar cell efficiency roadmap. We can see the mass production efficiency of passivated contact N-type cell is 25% in 2022 H2, and will be 26% in 2025 H1. This N-type cell is called Basium Plus. Of course, with the process improvement and the raw material optimization, the Basium Plus cell efficiency improvement will accelerate. Next, let us look at the J Solar high efficiency N-type module, Deep Blue 4.0X. The following introduction, we call it Deep Blue 4. This kind of module was released for the global market in May this year. Next, part 2. I will introduce the Deep Blue 4 module technical feature. Deep Blue 4 module adopts two core technologies, Bashung plus cell GFI technology, so the module efficiency and power can be effectively improved. At the same time, Deep Blue 4 module also has 4th-generation advantages: lower degradation, excellent high performance, excellent bifacial generation performance, and low irradiance performance. Next, I will introduce these features in detail. Bashung Plus cell is based on low oxygen N-type wafer with mature 182 mm size and adopts optimized passivation and contact technologies. The VOC of the cell can reach 720 millivolts, and the current mass production cell efficiency can reach 25%. Module efficiency is improved by better cell efficiency and high density module encapsulation. The Deep Blue 4 module adopts GA Solar's patented high density module encapsulation technology, gapless flexible interconnection. We call it GFI technology. And what is the GFI? The round ribbon has a special buffer treatment that handles mechanical stress at the cell interconnections and thus eliminates the risk of microcracks. Meanwhile, GA Solar maintained the standardized size of the modules by adjusting the size of the silicon wafers, which ensures versatility for the downstream applications. GFI technology is compatible with current mainstream module encapsulation technology, so that module efficiency can be increased by about 0.4% and the module power can be increased by about 10 watts. Compared with the conventional modules, GFI module can have a certain system cost advantage. You can see this date. The efficiency of Deep Blue 4 module can reach 22.4%, which is about 1% higher than P-type module. And the 7-8 cell module power can reach 625 watts, which is about 25 watts higher than P-type modules. Due to the natural advantage of N-type wafer for the LID-free and better LETID performance compared to conventional PERC cell, GA Solar offers a 30-year linear power output warranty with less than 1% degradation in the first year and less than 0.4% annual degradation in the following years. A one-year field test performed by GA Solar and TUV Node shows the first year power degradation is about 0.15%. This data is considered by the industry to be excellent degradation performance. As for the high temperature energy yield performance, mainly related to the temperature coefficient and the module operating temperature. The Pmax temperature coefficient of Deep Blue 4 is minus 0.3% per degree Celsius, which is better than minus 0.35% per degree Celsius of conventional P-type modules. At the same time, due to the higher conversion efficiency of the N-type module, the heat conversion of the absorbed light energy is correspondingly reduced, thereby reducing the working temperature of the module. J Solar and the TUV Node field test shows that the average operating temperature of the N-type module is about 1 degree Celsius lower than that of the P-type modules. Altogether, these bring about 2% power generation higher than that of the P-type PERC module. Regarding bifacial generation performance, the N-type module has 80% bifaciality, which is much higher than the 70% of P-type PERC modules. The 10% bifaciality difference can result in a power gain of 1% to 1.5% for the N-type modules. Of course, combined with the PV system, 10% higher than P-type bifacial gain is about 0.8% to 1.2% higher. At the same time, as for the low irradiance energy yield performance, due to bifacium cells, better internal resistance design, higher minority carrier lifetime, and open circuit voltage, the cell's low irradiance performance is very excellent. Under 600 watts per square meters conditions, like in the morning or nightfall, simulation shows the N-type energy yield gain to be about 0.2%. Next, for the reliability, the IEC standards require a module power loss less than 5% after the test. As the figure shows, the power loss of Deep Blue 4 is only around 2%, which is far below the IEC standards. So this module has excellent reliability. Next, the third part, I'd like to talk about the Deep Blue 4 customer value analysis. As we all know, LCOE is a core indicator to measure a PV project. Module-related factors include module price, module power, module efficiency, module energy yield performance, and long-term reliabilities. Within a certain module size range, higher efficiency and the power of module can reduce the BOS cost efficiently. In addition, as for the energy yield performance, J Solar and TUV Node operated 1 year field test at the CPVT National Photovoltaic Experimental Base in Yinchuan of China. The results show the energy yield of the N-type module based on Bastion Plus cells is about 3.9% higher than that of the P-type modules. The N-type module's theoretical power generation gain is about 4% due to the lower degradation, excellent high temperature energy yield performance, higher bifacial generation gain, and excellent low irradiance energy yield performance, and so on. This number is consistent with field test data and publicly available industry statistics. Take a 100 megawatts project in Dubai as an example, taking into consideration the cost of rack, foundation, cable, installation, and the land area. Deep Blue 4 modules can reduce the BOS by about 2.1% and LCOE by about 4.6%. At the same time, from the right chart, we can see the LCOE can be reduced about 3.5% to 5% depending on the differences in regions, climate conditions, and projects. Deep Blue 4 module mainly includes 3 dimensions designs, 54 cell, 72 cell, 78 cell, different modules for different application scenarios. 54 cell module for residential PV system, 72 cell module and 78 cell module for commercial and industrial project and utility scale projects. Finally, I will briefly introduce the capacity of Deep Blue 4 modules. We can see by the end of 2023, the planned capacity can reach 27 gigawatts. So GE Solar has the ability and confidence to provide customers with high quality, high efficiency, and low cost PV modules. Okay, this is all I would like to present. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
I would now request my team to play the promotional video.
Sorry?
We would like to play the promotional video, sir. So if you could just stop presenting your screen.
Okay, I stop this share.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
I would
wait a
now
minute.
request my team to play the promotional video.
JA Solar keeps producing and promoting high-performance PV products. Keep innovation and persisting on the belief of customer focus. Keep improving for better solutions and harvesting more sunshine. Integrated with the belief of high efficiency, reliable, and environment friendly, JA Solar launched Deep Blue 3.0 modules with lower LCOE, but creating more customer value. Deep Blue 3.0 adopts 182mm large sizing wafers, which brings higher power generation benefits. The gallium doping technology has been fully deployed, which effectively mitigates the initial light-induced degradation, LID, and ensures high effective and stable power generation performance. The new generation Perseum Plus cells significantly improve power generation performance under high-temperature operation environment and low irradiance condition power generation performance capability through optimized cells front and back service with passivated workmanship. And the mainstream mass production conversion efficiency of the cells can reach up to 23.3%. The optimized 11 busbar cell design shortens the current transmission distance, reduces the cell internal resistance loss, fully improves cell conversion efficiency, reduces the risk of micro cracks, and enhances product reliability. Deep Blue 3.0 adopts advanced module encapsulating technology, optimized high-quality encapsulating materials, half-cut cells series parallel structure, and the mainstream mass production efficiency could reach 21.1%. Diversified types of solar module design to match with different applications and meet the diverse needs of customers' requirements. Harvest the sunshine. JA Solar strictly focuses on the quality of its products as priority. We try to provide our best products for customers with spirit of excellence craftsmanship in each process and detail, which includes raw materials qualification, module design, manufacturing, quality inspection, and testing. Deep Blue 3.0 embodies the refined manufacturing process, leading-edge technologies, advanced devices of JA Solar. From ingot, wafer, solar cells to modules, JA Solar continuously carries out technological innovations to upgrade product property. Automated, intelligent, and integrated precision manufacturing facilities and excellent manufacturing capabilities proves the premium assurance for product quality. Refined manufacturing process and leading-edge technologies. Diffusion Plus SE, reducing the contact resistance between silicon wafer and electrode and the surface recombination. Alkali polishing, no nitric and no sulfuric acid without environment pollution. Integration of PECVD, aluminum oxide, and silicon nitride coating to improve the coating quality. Integration of laser slotting, printing, bifacial double measurement automatic packaging. Non-destructive laser cutting, effectively reducing micro cracks and leakage current at the cell cutting edge. Automatic overlap welding and automatic packaging facilities improve product quality and production capacity. Automation and intelligence, integrated precision manufacturing equipment, and outstanding manufacturing capabilities provide an important guarantee for product quality. JA Solar high-quality products have been qualified by hundreds of technical tests and inspections, such as wet leakage current, hot spot endurance, strike impact, and accelerated aging to ensure high product reliability. Modules with 182 silicon wafer makes full usage of container space, reduced transportation costs, and easy for solar module handover. Harvest the sunshine. JA Solar always follows the principle of customer orientation and helps customers reduce the costs of solar system accompanying with more benefits. With the concept of green energy development being accepted by more people, PV power generation has been paid more attention within recent years. Deep Blue 3.0 has become the valued recognition of global customers for its excellent power generation performance. JA Solar continuously keep technology innovations and products upgrade by providing high quality, high efficiency, and aggressive cost PVC products to our valued customers and lighting up the new era of solar energy with lower LCOE solutions. Deep Blue 3.0 for now and also for future. Harvest the sunshine.
Thank you so much, team, for playing that video. I would like to make a small announcement here. Attendees can post their questions in the Q&A box, and our panelists will answer those questions at the end of the panel discussion. Now, without any further delay, allow me to introduce the profession panel lineup for today. Uh, we have with us Mr. Samir as our moderator, Mr. Darmi from Safir, Mr. Hamati uh, from KSA, Mr. Marwan from J Solar, and Mr. Jerry Sun. The session will be led by Mr. Samir, who is the carbon markets national expert. I welcome all our panelists on the screen and hand it over to Mr. Samir for further discussion. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Sakshi, for this very nice introduction, and many thanks for the heroes behind the scenes at Solar Quarter, making all of this fantastic event happening today. Great and great appreciation to our sponsor JA Solar for supporting the capacity building throughout the Middle East and throughout the world by sponsoring these events. Mr. Abdulaziz, are you with us? Mr. Abdulaziz? Yeah?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Mr. Abdulaziz is the head of sales at Safir. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Abdulaziz, your background in renewable energy and education?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to give me the time to speak and to join the team and to exchange knowledge with the host and with the audience as well. My background is I'm graduated as a chemical engineer from King Abdulaziz University. Then I got my master's degree in supply chain management. After that, I have more than 10 years of experience in conventional power and water business between Mitsubishi, GE, and recently I joined the renewable market, so shifting from the conventional to the renewable. Uh, Hopefully we can be part of this, all of us to be part of this transfer of energy transition from the, like I did from conventional to renewable. It's the flow for everybody to solve. It's announced by the Saudi uh, authorities that 50% by 2030 will be renewable. So happy to be part of that, happy to join the team, happy for the transition and to be part and the pioneer for that transition.
Thank you very much, Abdulaziz. And based on your background and enthusiasm for the renewable energy sector, I think it's the best question to start with is to ask you about how does the KSA latest regulatory framework aim to contribute to the diversification of electric energy sources and support the strategic plans for the energy system transition in the kingdom. Over to you, Abdulaziz.
Yeah. In general, it emphasizes in the same message that by 2050, this was announced even before the recent regulations that 50 by 2030, 50% will be renewable, which is equal to including the expansion of electricity. This will be equal to around near to the 60 gigawatt, which is a huge for the market. Today, by the next year, we will be achieving, and even Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman announced that after in COP27 that it will, for the next year, it will be reached the 11 gigawatt. So it's a big, but what we observe from the newly announced regulation that 90%, more than 95% will be at the utility scale. So the government is seriously taking part of that shift, and 3 to 5% will be for the residential, for the commercial, and the industrial, all of them together. So also they announced that the total amount today is we have like 65 the capacity of today, which is between 60 to 70 gigawatt. Half of that is based on liquid fuel technology. So the government is moving towards the carbon intensity technologies, which is using less carbon emission from electricity. So even Prince Mohammed bin Salman announced not only Prince Abdulaziz, also Prince Mohammed bin Salman in the COP27, he announced that the domestic consumption use of electricity, 50% of that by 2030 will be from renewable resources. Also, the hydrogen project in Saudi, which is the green hydrogen, it needs the solar system and the renewable in general. Uh, More than 80% of the renewable will be from solar because we have the land, we have the sun in Saudi. So great movement in clear vision to the future. The government is moving to reduce the reliance in oil for electricity and transfer that use to export in the long short term. It will be exporting as much as they could oil globally and not to use it locally. That's why we see the acceleration in the project for the solar. A lot of projects for hydrogen. It's need that, as I mentioned, the renewable resources, domestic use of electricity need the renewable resources, which is mainly, as I said, for Saudi, the solar. So we see that there is a big movement, clear plan now. But what I see in the regulation, it doesn't focus on giving. It's not attractive to the commercial and industrial to go for that because we see it's 90% will be focusing will be the target will be met by utility sector leading by SEC. So the new regulation it's give a cap of 3% for the use of industrial and commercial. That 3%, as of today, it's from today's capacity of 65 gigawatt. The 3% will not exceed the 2 gigawatt, which is still a big portion in the market. That 2 gigawatt will be increased to 3.5 gigawatt by 2030. So there is a boom. It will be a boom for the solar system itself. The cap for the industrial and commercial will be a bit less than 5%, but it will be for sure for the utility scale. It will be a big jump for this.
Definitely. Definitely, these regulations are going to be followed up with a series of projects. Do you have an idea about the location of these utility scale projects that are going to happen throughout the kingdom? Over to you.
Well, I don't have until they announce it. And in Safir, in my country, Total Energy, they're working with that. But at Safir, we are a joint venture between Total Energy and Zahid, a company which is a Zahid, among a Zahid. So we focus on the industrial or commercial, which is within that 5%. But for the big project, it will even for the big from Total side, we did not hear about that. It will be announced within the time. Recently, they announced a project with around 2 giga. 80% of that was solar in the last month. But in the coming, we'll be waiting for that. It's not clear, but it will come. This is what following the COP27, following the announcement, following the project also for in the oil to chemical, the oil to chemical project in SABIC. This shows how the government will need the liquid oil to be used in the petrochemical industry. So project will be accelerated. It will come within the time. Maybe the time frame that we are expecting in the first quarter of 2023, another project will be floated. So we'll
Okay,
be waiting for the authority to float that.
definitely. Everybody is waiting for these big projects. But as you know, the development and of these utility scale projects take time, between 3 to 5 years,
Yeah.
sometimes more. Uh, so, my question to you is, what is your advice for companies like yourself that want to enter the market, and because there are so many projects obviously needed to be complete before 2030. um, uh, the supply chain for completing these projects include, let's say, from the design to operation and maintenance. Do you see that the Saudi market has enough expertise to complete the whole supply chain, or there are some gaps that uh, you know Saudi companies should focus on? Over to you.
Yeah, uh, it's a critical topic because for utility scale, the cost is already good for big companies to enter that market, so they can utilize their global supply chain uh, to meet the reduction cost, and that's why one of the reasons the government is focusing on uh, taking the biggest portion from solar and renewable through the big scale project because it's a lower cost. For companies, my advice for companies to small scale companies, it's still we need uh, for the operation and maintenance and turnkey project. Our cost is still high, so maybe more of companies entering the market will help to reduce that cost because cost is still high and to be honest, for industrial sector, with the subsidies in electricity from Saudi, from SEC and from Saudi government, and that from Saudi government to the SEC, it makes the cost is very high. It's difficult for small size company to enter the market and compete. But to be ready for the execution of the awarded project, we need that experience and capabilities to be in the market. But considering need to monitor the size because you have only 2 gigawatt. So once that consumed, it needs maybe 5 years to reach to the saturation of the market. Once started, it's just started now. So to reach that 5 gigawatt, you need another 5 to 6 years to reach that to fulfill that 2 gigawatt.
Thank
So
you.
you need to monitor the market before you come and invest, and to
Thank you
write
very
when
much.
you invest. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to make a point of order here because we have to move to our next speaker. But I'm sure that we are going to come back to you with more questions from the audience. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Aziz, for
Welcome.
sharing your
Welcome.
experience and adding knowledge to our esteemed panel and esteemed guests listening to us. Mr.
Thank
Rami,
you.
are you with us?
Yes, Mr. Sam, I'm here.
Uh, Very nice to see you again, Rami. Mr. Rami Hamati is now working as the Projects Development Manager at Emerge KSA, which is a joint venture between EDF and Masdar. Mr. Rami Hamad is from Jordan. He holds an energy engineering degree and he has 5 years experience in renewable energy and energy efficiency both in the Jordanian and the Saudi Arabia market. He has installed more than 30 megawatts of projects throughout the Middle East, and he holds a large number of professional certificates from the Association of Energy Engineers, like the CEM, CEA, CMVP, etc. He is currently working as the PDM with Emerge, which is a joint venture, as we said, between the two large international energy leaders, EDF and Masdar, who have installed more than 25 plus gigawatts of renewable energy globally. Mr. Rami, we are very happy that you are with us today. Can you tell us about how the latest PV technologies like the N type reduce the levelized cost of energy and help in achieving the high level of reliability for the distributed market?
Of
Over to you,
course.
Rami.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you for the kind introduction. Regarding the PV latest technology like N-type, as Emerge and a developer, what we always look for in our projects are the lifespan, warranties, and efficiency of the products. With the introduction of the N-type modules, we have been able to produce more energy due to the increase in the efficiency and the decrease in the temperature coefficient value, as have presented by our colleague Jerry from GA Solar. Let's take for example, if we want to take like the same wattage for two different modules, one is a P type and the other is an N type, under the same condition and project size. The increase in the slight increase that we saw in the cell efficiency for the N type can reflect a higher generation, which might reach up to 2.53%. From a developers' perspective, this can reach also as 5%, as high as 5% in the levelized cost of energy. This increase, you can also get it for an insignificant amount of capex. Like it's only the difference of between the P type and N type is between zero point 0.1 cent per watt peak. Um, those also, everything here accumulated with each other can help us as a developer to tackle the challenge, which our colleague Abdulaziz has mentioned before, offering more competitive prices against the highly subsidized tariff that is currently introduced in Saudi Arabia for the industrial, especially. So for the industrial sector here in KSA, we have like a big challenge to compete with it. It's at 18 halalas, and with the introduction of these new technologies, we as a developer are being more able to offer and issue a new competitive offers to our clients and decrease their reliance to the grid also.
Thank you very much, Rami. This is very important points that you mentioned. How about if we discuss the importance of efficient PV systems to align with the Saudi Arabia net metering scheme for optimal energy distribution? Can you elaborate on that, please?
Well, to be honest, it is a big subject to talk about. So, as everybody knows, recently the new regulation that has been issued by the Saudi market, it was issued like almost last month by WIRA. This regulation has made sure that every consumer in KSA have the potential to install a renewable energy system, provided that the capacity of this system shall not exceed his total connected load. This, of course, will help consumers to reduce their reliance on the grid and their CO2 emissions as well. Plus, having a fast improvement on economic gains by allowing all companies to improve their competitiveness and lowering their energy bill. This all aligns with the vision of 2030, where the Saudi government have the ambitious to have 50% of renewable energy mix in the country, by enforcing a new favorable regulations and through strategic investment by big projects mentioned before by Abdulaziz, and through many sustainable technologies.
Very interesting. I hope that this can be achieved, although the number of distributed generation, I would assume it will be small because the tariff in Saudi Arabia is very low and the payback period for the system will be very high. But I hope that the net metering distribution, net metering solar PV on the distribution system works for in Saudi Arabia, or it is attractive.
It's- it is, to be honest, for the net metering scheme. There's a confusion here in KSA. What they actually what kind of scheme that we have currently in KSA is a net billing feed-in tariff.
Hmm.
So this also makes it more challenges for companies such as Emerge. We are at Emerge. We were established to penetrate the C&I market, and of course, having all the highly subsidized tariff and the net billing scheme from KSA, all of them makes it like a hard challenge to tackle these problems. For example, if we took a client who's on the industrial tariff of 18 halalas, and he's exporting to the grid like, let's say, 100 kilowatt hour. So instead of having a 100 kilowatt hour in his account from SEC, he's gonna have like almost 22% of that amount, which means the company will only pay him 4 halala instead of 18 halala for exporting to their grid, which which is really makes it like not in the favor of his financial perspective. And here comes the role of us as a developer and as a merge. We always treat each project as its own. So what we always seek for is we try to provide to our clients their minimum requirements for PV in order to eliminate the export of energy, in order to make them have the best and adequate PV system for their facility.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Thank you very much, Rami, for your deep insight. One last point, if you can elaborate quickly on the regulatory framework to achieve the 2030 goals. Do you have any comments? Over to you, Rami.
Actually, as we said, for the 2030, it's still for us as a C&I developers. Still, we're having some issues to tackle this. With the enforcement of the new regulatory by WIRA, it is a good thing, that which shows that Saudi government is actually moving toward the 2030 vision. But as said, it's 90% of these projects will be for the giga and utility scale, which is the work for our other sister company called EDF Renewable, who have already installed almost 400 mega of wind turbines, which is operating currently, and in the installation phase for a 300 mega PV plant in south of Jeddah. Um, so the new regulation will it is achievable to be honest, but it does still need some time, and we need to some enhancement need to be made from the tariff section, buying, net metering, net billing. Maybe we will be all happy if they introduce the net metering scheme, of course. It will make it much easier.
Definitely, it's more challenging, and that's why we have bright engineers like yourself to solve these problems. Thank you very much, Rami, and I'm sure that we will get back to you with more questions from the audience in the Q&A session. Mr. Marwan, are you with us?
Yeah, Mr. Samer, I can hear you.
Excellent. Mr. Marwan Al Jaber, he is the sales director of Middle East for JA Solar. He's been with JA Solar since 2016. He works mainly in the Middle East region, and he has a BS in CIS from the University of Jordan. Welcome to the panel, Mr. Marwan. We are very happy to have you with us. Uh, since you are the
Many
expert
thanks.
in solar PV technology, can you elaborate more on the role of advancement of solar PV technology to help customers in setting up the renewable energy systems for self-use?
So, before I start answering your question, probably it's a great opportunity for me on behalf of JA Solar to thank everybody for joining the webinar. And also, I would like to thank you for your kind introduction. As JA Solar, probably you all know, JA Solar is one of the leading solar module manufacturer in the world. And we always focus on high efficiency modules. This is why we are the patent holder for PERC technology, and this is why we continually innovation and product enhancement in order to increase the efficiency and provide our clients with high quality and cost effective modules, which will definitely improve the levelized cost of energy. Today, we are promoting our N-type technology. And as Mr. Gary already mentioned in his presentation, there are a couple of advantages for N-type, such as the efficiency is higher, the degradation for first year and the second year and beyond is also lower than B-type, as well as the temperature coefficient. Uh,
As everybody knows, right now we are in the transition period from one technology to another technology, and the market keeps evolving, and the technology also improved in the last probably 10 years. I remember in 2016, we were promoting standard poly, and 1 year after we promoted standard mono. Then we start talking about Berg technology. After that, bifacial were introduced to the market. Today, we are talking about N-type versus B-type. We are in transition period, and it has to be a jointly efforts from upstream companies and downstream companies in order to adapt this technology. It will take time, but definitely N-type will be the dominating technology in the next coming 3 years. This is why we have started from early stage to produce the N-type since this year. The capacity will increase for next year. In the presentation, Jerry already shared with us today. Our capacity for next year for N-type will reach around 30 giga. So the adoption of the new technology definitely will be more and more. But as again, it has to be a jointly effort from both upstream and downstream companies. This is why probably it will give, I would say, it will answer your question. The N type definitely will have a great impact on the levelized cost of energy. But the question over here, like it's probably not just only for EBC's companies as well as the developers. When it comes to like new technology, like is it justified to pay an extra amount of amount in order to use the new technology? In some cases, yes, and probably and especially in the utility scale projects. So the delta between N type and B type still like there's a delta difference price between the N type and B type technology, but it takes time, and this is why I'm saying it has to be jointly effort from the upstream companies and downstream companies.
Thank you very much for your clarification, Marwan. If we talk about the net metering scheme or net billing scheme available in the KSA, what is the importance of efficient PV systems for the net metering for optimal energy distribution? Over to you, Marwan.
So when it comes to net metering projects, we're talking about like small projects ranging from like 500 kilo up to 10 mega. Sometimes we are facing an issue with the area limitation. With higher efficiency modules, it means probably you will be able to install more system size instead of using other technology. But again, over here, like, is it justified to use like the new technology with higher prices when it comes to new technology or not? Because at this stage, probably we're talking about three, four major companies are adopting the new technology, which is the N type. So for net metering, and probably this is what we are facing right now. Not just only the issue with the technology that we are using, definitely N type. Since the efficiency is higher, it means that we are able to install a module power capacity in the area in order to reduce the or to overcome the issue with the area limitation. But again, over here, what we are facing in Saudi Arabia today is probably that most of the C&I projects are being installed these days, given the fact if it's like small amount of projects, but none of them have already been connected to the grid. And there is no approval from the the local utility company. as already mentioned by you as well as from Abdulaziz and Rami, today, like in the Saudi market, it's definitely the focus more on the utility scale projects than the C&I projects. And we all know, as you already mentioned, the life cycle of utility scale projects is more than 3 to 5 years. But we all know, like C&I projects are the one drive that the market where multiple projects are being installed at the same time, and multiple companies are working on these kind of projects at the same time. So we strongly believe that like when it comes to C&I projects, these projects will drive definitely the market, and definitely Saudi Arabia is going to be the like most active market in Middle East, because the ambition is really huge, and we're talking about like 60 giga. Even like if it's 1 to 6 giga will be C&I projects. This quantity is still like a huge quantity to be installed. And even though probably I would like to mention that in the last 2 years in Saudi Arabia, we have already shipped more than 100 giga already for C&I projects. So projects are going on. Some of them, they have not been connected to the grid, that's true. But like some of them are self-consumption. And there are a couple of projects are going on, such as hybrid system, off-grid system, water pumping system as well.
I just want to confirm, did you ship 100 megawatts or 100 gigawatts to Saudi Arabia already?
100 mega
Megawatts.
already, yeah. In the
Okay,
last three
okay.
years, yes.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Marwan. And I'm sure that we will get back to you with more questions from the audience. Mr. Jerry, are you with us? Mr. Jerry?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yes. Mr. Jerry Sun is the product promotion senior manager at J Solar. Very nice to of you to be with us, sir. Um, can we ask you a little bit more about the temperature coefficient and the degradation and the qualities that the solar PV modules have regarding the temperature? Because you know, in Saudi Arabia the temperature is very high, can reach 50 60 ambient. And how are the PV modules dealing with this kind of temperatures? Over to you, Mr. Jerry. Mr. Jerry, can you hear us?
Okay, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
Sorry. Wait a minute. Yeah. For the high temperature, for the temperature performance, I think this is related to the temperature coefficient and module operating temperature. Yeah, you know, the module temperature coefficient. The temperature coefficient is related to the VOC. Yeah, VOC. Yeah. And the module operating temperature is related to the. I think from G Solar's research. Is have a relationship with the operating current. Yeah, operating current. You know, yeah, the current is bigger. The loss is bigger. So the bigger current module can reduce the module power. This is my understanding from G Solar and the TUV now's field test the N-type module, the N-type module, the temperature of the N-type module is 1% lower than the larger current module. Yeah, this is my understanding.
Thank you, Jerry. One of the slides that you showed explained that we have a 100 megawatt plant, and when we are using the JA solar, we have a reduction in the balance of system cost by 2.1%. Can you tell us a little bit how the JA solar modules contributing to the reduction of the cost in the balance of plant? Over to you. Maybe we have technical difficulties.
Sorry.
Yeah, I will repeat the question. You had one of the modules, one of the slides in your presentation was talking about a 100 megawatt system and the advantages of using the JA solar modules. So the JA solar modules are reducing the levelized cost of energy by 4.6% and reducing the balance of system cost by 2.1%. Now, can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Wait a minute. My internet is weak. Sorry.
No problem. Take your time.
Okay. The 100 megawatt project in Dubai, we take into consideration the cost of rack, foundation, cable installation, and the land area. Deep Blue 4 module can reduce the BOS cost by 2% and LCOE by 4.6%. I think there are three main indicators to evaluate the performance of modules: module efficiency, module power, module generation, capacity, and the long-term application reliabilities. This N-type module can reduce the LCOE efficiently. Yeah, high temperature, high power, and high efficiency can reduce the BOS cost. This is and the power generation gain can reduce the LCOE. Yeah, this is my understanding.
Thank you
So,
very much.
if you allow me, Mr. Samer, to add some of the
Yes.
points regarding this issue, when it comes to N-type, right now, let's take it step by step. As JA Solar today, we are producing the modules with 30 millimeter frame thickness instead of 35, which allows us to add more modules for one container than B-type as well. So in terms of logistics, right now we are able to fit more kilowatt peak per one container than before, which definitely will have an impact on the logistic cost. In addition to that, as already Mr. Jerry already said, the module power capacity is higher than B-type. We are talking about 560 and 565 for N-type modules, which definitely will impact the mounting structure that we are going to use, the area limitation, the area utilization will be less than. It means that you will use less than mounting structure than using the B-type modules, as well as it will reduce the civil work and cabling work. All of this definitely will have an impact in total on the balance of system. This is why we were able to reduce the capex by for this 100 mega as an example to show the benefits of N-type by 40%.
Thank you very much, Marwan, for this extra explanation. Highly appreciated. We are done with our Q&A session. We have finished 40 minutes, five extra minutes more than Sakshi gave us. Do you have any questions for us, Sakshi?
Yes, let me just display them on the screen.
Perfect. CEO Elite Energy and Engineering from Jordan, Mr. Light Basha, dear friend, would like to ask about the minimum acceptable IRR for the CNI market for the developer. Is it profitable considering one-digit IRR? I think Mr. Abdulaziz and Mr. Rami can elaborate more on this question. Mr. Abdulaziz, would you like to try answering this question?
I leave it to Rami.
Rami. Yalla, Rami.
Actually, such information we can't disclose. So it's highly confidential for each company to have their own IRR. It's not necessary that we are aiming for one-digit IRR. That's all what we can say for now.
Okay.
I would like to hear if Abdulaziz have anything to add. He's welcome.
Well, if I would able to add something, I wouldn't transfer it to you. So
Okay.
this is confidential. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely because of the low tariff in Saudi Arabia, the commercial and industrial sectors have a challenging, let's say, mission in uptaking and installing renewable energy. So um, I can add a little bit more. Once the carbon market opens up in Saudi Arabia, and it will add additional revenue to the formula. So definitely you will be able to hopefully install big C&I projects, and you will have hopefully more than one-digit internal return on investment. Thank you very much. Over to you, Sakshi. Do you have another questions for us? Mr. Abdul Qadir Qasim. Hi, Mr. Rami and Dr. Samer. What are the expectations for the prices of solar cells in the next year, 2023? And is Saudi Arabia able to develop solar cells so that they can be of benefit in light of the high temperatures? So basically, we're talking about manufacturing of PV modules in Saudi Arabia. Uh, Mr. Abdul Qadir asked that Mr. Rami answered this, but maybe it is more for the technology providers. I will direct this question to Mr. Marwan. Uh, Mr. Marwan, do you foresee solar PV module manufacturing or even cell manufacturing in Saudi Arabia in the near future? Over to you.
So when it comes to the local manufacturing or probably local content, it's really a complicated. For us, we have been through this multiple times and like different discussions with different parties. Some of them were in Saudi Arabia as well. But like for us, if there is no protection mechanism as a module supplier, issued by the government, it's not going to be feasible for the local market as well as for the supplier. Because at the very end, if we are talking about producing the modules locally in any place right now, we're not just only talking about cells. We're talking about the BOM material. There is glass, tempered glass, DC cables, junction boxes,
Yeah.
EVA. All of these are part also the components of producing any module. In China today, just only for DC cables, there is more than 100 companies producing the DC cables. Same thing for any other components. So if we are going to end up importing all of these material from overseas to any local market, not just only in KSA, definitely the module price will be higher than producing the modules in China. So this is why we are saying if there is a protection mechanism from the local government, we might consider this by having a local manufacturer in any country, not just only in KSA as well.
Thank you, Marwan. I like
If I
also
may,
to, yeah,
yeah.
I like also to just clarify the other point in the question regarding the high temperature. And by asking you a question, do you ship special modules to Saudi Arabia to withstand the high temperatures, or they are the same modules that you ship to the rest of the Middle East? Over to you, Marwan.
All of them are the same because
Same.
like harsh environment, when it comes to harsh environment, it's not just only in our region, in Middle East region, it's also in all over the world. So we are producing the modules for globally, and our annual capacity for next year might reach 70 to 75 giga. Same product for each and every country.
Thank you, Marwan. Sakshi,
Mega
do you have?
again, Marwan, 75 mega, correct? Or giga?
75 gigawatt. Our annual capacity for this year might reach 40 to 50 giga. For next year, we are targeting 75 giga. We are right now producing 60 for next year. We will produce wafer ingot cells, probably 60 giga, and modules will be 70 to 75.
Yeah, he's Marwan is talking about the global numbers, not the Saudi Arabia numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, clear, clear. Thank
I
you,
would
Marwan.
Yeah.
I would like to
Uh,
add something to Marwan.
yes, go ahead.
To answer the first part of the question. So what we are expecting from the module price for the future 2023. So we have been following up with the prices of the modules, and we know that they have enormously have increased back in 2019, 2020 due to the shortage of silicon manufacturing. But for 2023, we are seeing a decrease that can reach up to 11 and up to 11-15% reduction in the price cost of the module prices. And this if Marwan can confirm it, but there was like a huge drop between this year of module prices and projected for 2023 through the quarters.
Marwan,
So we,
you
we,
want
we
to?
are expecting a drop in the prices for
See,
Thank you,
2023.
Rami.
Rami, probably, Rami, this is really a tough question for all of us, not just for the module manufacturer. Honestly speaking, we have all come to the fact that polysilicon is a commodity, similar to all other commodities such as silver, steel, aluminum. So we really are not in a position today to predict what's going to happen tomorrow. It's the same scenario that we are facing right now. In the beginning of this year, the expectation was the price will go down, but all of a sudden, like no one was predicting there will be a war between Russia and Ukraine. This is why we are saying it's really hard to predict. But I can answer this question probably right now that the trend is going down percentage wise. Let's wait and see next year, like not just only JA Solar, but all other module manufacturers are planning to target huge volume for next year, and it's really a supply chain business. One of the reasons why the price goes up during this year is because of the logistic cost as well. This also has an impact not just only on the module price, but also on the EPC capex cost. So it's really hard to predict what's going to happen for tomorrow, but I can tell you that the trend might be down for next year. Percentage wise, let's like wait and see until because as I said, polysilicon is a commodity.
Thank you,
And
Marwan. Thank you very much. Um, Sakshi, do you have another question?
Yes, we have one more question, but we are literally very short on time. So if you could just um, make it quick.
How can we penetrate the commercial and industrial market where there is a huge consumption and the best tariffs, and what kind of offered payback times are reasonable for this kind of tariff and clients, and how can we support 2030 through these areas? Because of the short the limited time we have, the answer is obvious. The tariff has to change, it has to increase, or if it stays the same, then you need only to avoid sending back any electricity to the grid. So no need to cover 100%, just cover your own consumption, because whatever you are sending to the grid, you are losing money on. These are the two answers to your question. And over to you, Sakshi. And big thanks to all Solar Quarter heroes behind the scene. Big thanks to you, Sakshi, for this fantastic support, coordination. Big thanks to Jay Solar and all our esteemed panelists. Over to you, Sakshi.
Thank you so much to all our esteemed panelists for this wonderful session. And a very special thanks to you, of course, Mr. Samir, for wonderfully and superbly managing this session. With this, we have now come to the end of this virtual event. Thank you, everyone, for investing your time and support for this event. And a special thanks to our partner, JA Solar, to help us organize this event in a superb manner. We promise to be back next time. The floor is now open for networking. A very good evening to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everybody.
thank you very much. Thank you.